Recently, a cargo ship became the first in more than half a century to sail directly from Pakistan to Bangladesh. The two countries, once one nation, split in 1971 after a brutal war, with Bangladesh then drawing closer to Pakistan's rival India. But Dhaka's ties with New Delhi have frayed after a student-led revolution in August toppled Bangladesh's leader Sheikh Hasina, who fled to India. So, are Dhaka and Islamabad seeking rebooting of their ties after half a century of frosty ties? And what are its implications for South Asia? The next report breaks it down for you.
On 11th November, a cargo ship docked at Chittagong port in Bangladesh, overlooking the Bay of Bengal. It became the first ship to travel directly from Pakistan to Bangladesh in 53 years. The Panama-flagged MV Yuan Xiang Fa Zan is operated by Anuhi Guihi Sanglong Shipping of China. It first travelled from the UAE to Pakistan and then reached Bangladesh before its onward journey to Malaysia. Chittagong Port authorities said that the ship brought goods from Pakistan and the UAE, including raw materials for Bangladesh's garment industry and basic foodstuffs. Previously, cargo used to be shipped from Pakistan to Bangladesh via third countries such as Sri Lanka, Singapore or Malaysia. Pakistani goods had to be offloaded onto feeder vessels in some of these countries before travelling to Bangladesh. A direct sea link between two erstwhile enemies is one of many changes that Bangladesh has witnessed in recent months, starting with the ouster of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in August after a bloody agitation by students against a controversial quota system for government jobs. The protests culminated in the escape of Hasina to India and the installation of an interim government led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus. Since then, Bangladesh's relations with India have nosedived. The killing of Hindus in Dhaka and elsewhere in Bangladesh has only made the relationship worse. Recently, a grocer in Chittagong called the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, also known as ISKCON, a terrorist group, which angered the Hindu community in the neighborhood. The clashes that followed the Facebook post by the grocer left many injured. Hindus, who make up 8% of Bangladesh's population, have traditionally supported the Awami League headed by Sheikh Hasina. Just recently, Bangladesh's Attorney General Mohammad Asaduzzaman called for removing of socialism and secularism from the country's constitution. It has sparked fears among minorities of Bangladesh turning into an Islamic state. In sharp contrast, Bangladesh's ties with Pakistan are looking up despite decades of animosity. Bangladesh gained independence from Pakistan in 1971. It became an independent country after a 9-month liberation war against Pakistan. Bangladesh claims Pakistan committed a genocide, killing 3 million of its people and raping hundreds and thousands of women. But in the last 3 months, Bangladesh and Pakistan have taken a number of steps that indicate a reset or reboot in their relationship. In September, Muhammad Yunus met Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif on the margins of the UN General Assembly in the United States. The same month, Bangladesh eased import restrictions on Pakistani goods. Yunus ended mandatory physical inspection of goods imported from Pakistan. Such imports have previously required to undertake a physical inspection when the goods arrived, causing long delays. In October, Yunus cancelled certain national holidays that commemorated the 1971 Liberation War or Bangladesh's founder Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And in November, Bangladesh lifted a ban on students from Pakistan. For its part, Pakistan announced free visas to Bangladesh business persons and certain other categories of applicants. Pakistan's High Commissioner to Dhaka, Syed Ahmed Maroof, sparked widespread discussion on social media in Bangladesh when he said that the direct shipping route was a major step in boosting trade across the region. He wrote on Facebook that the route will promote new opportunities for businesses on both sides. In a radical departure from the position adopted by the ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government, in 2022, Hasina denied permission to a Chinese-built Pakistani warship, the PNS Taimur, from docking at Chittagong port. In 2015, Hasina imposed a ban on Pakistani students following Pakistan's refusal to acknowledge the genocide and atrocities committed during Bangladesh's liberation war in 1971. Hasina established a national tribunal in 2010 to investigate war crimes committed in 1971 and bring the guilty to justice. The tribunal has since convicted and sentenced numerous individuals for crimes against humanity. The direct maritime route between Pakistan and Bangladesh poses certain challenges for India. For one, it could at some point in the future give rise to gun running and drug smuggling. 2. India has a more than 4,000 km long porous border with Bangladesh, which further complicates matters. 3. Insurgents operating in India's northeastern states bordering Bangladesh and China could seek to exploit the situation. And last but not least, India would need to be watchful of a growing Pakistan-China nexus in the Bay of Bengal region. India's fears are not without reason. The Chittagong arms haul is fresh in the minds of many. In April 2004, Bangladesh's agencies seized illegal arms and ammunition in Chittagong. The weapons were meant for the United Liberation Front of Assam, also known as ULFA, which operates in the northeastern Indian state of Assam. An alliance led by Bangladesh Nationalist Party was in power at the time. New Delhi believed that the cache of weapons was also meant for other insurgent groups in India's northeast in order to destabilize the region. So will history repeat itself? For now, New Delhi is watching and waiting.